Hey, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Karkadash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Bashim Karkadash. Give double honors to our apostle elders, which are apostle elders at Great Millstone, to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth, that's fighting, pushing, striving for salvation. Keep hold of it, man. This is a GMS on the move. This is going in on We Shall Be Hated, man. Other things too, I'm sure will come up, but you know, with this story coming out with the so-called synagogue last week, you know, and they trying to stir up. There's going to be a time where they're going to make this truth hated. All right, they're going to make it looked down upon, because it's already hated now. Because these Christians are losing sleep over this truth. Like the apostles say, they're losing sleep. Their strongholds are being broken. You know, me and the brother are gonna go into that lesson, Abaratazah, today, just going in deeper on Esau and his last little bits, man. Okay, but the main point is that Esau is losing. He's losing on a spiritual level, because at one time we didn't have the ammunition we needed to fight, because we were under the curses heavy. We didn't have no artillery. We didn't have no weaponry. We didn't have any kind of defense. That's why it says put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because this truth is likened unto a defense. This truth is likened unto a weapon. That's why it says a two-edged sword. This word cuts asunder, goes through spirit, marrows, through the inner thoughts of men. But this truth now is coming to us, and we have weapons. We have the ability to fight back. Okay, and Esau is realizing that, because at one time he could put his lies up that he's the Israelites, he's the Egyptians, he's this, he's that, he's the chosen of God. He's living in the land right now. All these things that he done in the past, there was no kind of fight against that. There was no adversary against it. There was no Satan against Satan, you know. There was no adversary for Satan to say, oh, you know, he was worried. That's why it says Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the Lord gave him the pull and the ability to do what he was doing. But then now the Lord's taking that blessing, or that power from him, and giving it unto us, which are the lonely men. Okay, starting with the apostles and elders, which have been pushing this truth for many years, and have been setting the standard for what is pushing, being a so-called prophet, being a prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahshai in truth, man. That's why these other camps, they know the deal. The apostles have been given a spirit to set the standard, just like you have a guideline or a pummel stone. Okay, a pummel stone dictates the balance. Okay, in the ancient world. So the Lord has put the spirit on the apostles and elders to be that pummel stone, to be that balance, to show that standard, that guideline of how the Lord wants it to be done. That's why it says 100% truth, man. We're not out here telling you we're giving you 85% directions. 85% directions, you can get lost. Okay, if you do 85% of a recipe, it's not going to taste the same. If you do 85% of a so-called job, the job's not complete. If you are a contractor and in a job, or an employer hires you to do a job, hey, shalom to you, Akim, on the comment board, man. Shalom. If an employer hires you to do a job, you don't go in there and say, yeah, I'm gonna get about 75% done and I'm gonna call it a day. No, you got to get 100% done. Just like this is a job, this is work. So we got to have that 100% done. That's the 100% in our minds, in an understanding of what the job is. And then you have to have 100% to make it through the whole job, which is to the end. That's why it says, him that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So we're enduring. We got to fight. But having the 100% truth is having a way that the Lord has set on the planet Earth where we can understand and understand it to the point of salvation. That's why it says faith cometh by hearing. If you don't hear this truth, and you don't, and the men are out there on the four corners of planet Earth pushing the truth, then you're not going to wake up to the truth, and you're not going to come to salvation, which is Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is going to be that deliverer in these last days. He's going to be the one that Yahweh sends to take his sheep. All right? And you're going to have the angels also that are going to separate the sheep from the goat. There's going to be a separation, but now the Lord is separating us from the world. So we're going to be hated. Just like Yahweh Shai was hated. Yahweh Shai was hated because of the way that he carried himself. He carried himself as a man that spoke with authority. He knew what he believed in, and that shakes up a lot of feathers. It shakes up some bushes, man. So we're in that spirit, so we're going to be hated. Esau has to demonize us, which is a good thing. Being demonized is not a bad thing, because when they demonize us, we get a blessing. That's why it says, blessed ye when men shall revile you for my name's sake. So that's a blessing, man. So when Esau puts us out there and tries to make us out to be terrorists or make us out to be some kind of extreme group, that's us being hated for Yahweh Shai's namesake, because Esau knows the truth. Esau knows we're not out here stacking weapons. In GMS, all right, I can't speak about other groups, you know, because I know how our apostles and our elders and our teachers and our men carry themselves. We don't carry ourselves like that, man. We're harmless as doves, but we're wise as serpents through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, Shai, man. The only time I see brothers get on an aggressive, not an aggressive level, but on a level when it comes to the scriptures. That's what we are most confident in. We don't know how to shoot from a mile away, shoot a sniper rifle and load up M16s quicker, but when it comes to these precepts and this scripture, you can't deal with the men out here, man, on these streets. That's why Christianity is losing. Everybody that comes up to the plate strikes out. We throw them curveballs, we throw screwballs, we throw all types of things that they can't hit. If we were so easily done away with and dispatched, you know how many theologians we've battled, how many strongholds we've pulled down. Esau's noticing his losses, man. He's taking a running tally, man, because Esau's got that number game down, man. He knows how to run numbers. Okay, so he's looking at the losses compared to the wins, and he's not getting a lot of wins, man. Especially through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, he is not getting a lot of wins. Okay, I got a quick precept. If you go to Isaiah 65:5, where it says what? Hear the words of the Lord. If he says hear the words of the Lord, man, because our people don't want to listen to what is going on. They want to play the house Negro, man. If that makes sense. They want to not rustle any feathers. They're good with being a slave. We've come to the grips that Jake outside in the world does not have hope. That's why they live the way they do. They act the way they do. They sell their souls. They do the stuff they do in Hollywood because they don't have hope. We have hope. That's why we attain to the law to the best of our ability, because somewhere in us, the Lord has given us that hope. And that hope manifests itself in the faith. Okay? Our hope is manifesting itself in faith because we put our faith into that we are going to be saved. That the Lord is going to not leave us in this society to rot and die away in a defiled place. That's why it says, come out of her, my people, because we're going to come out of this place physically and spiritually. But the Lord is setting the tone spiritually right now. We're getting ready to come out of this place in a marvelous way, man. Something that the world has never seen before. So, like the title of the video says, we shall be hated, man. And it's an honor to be hated for the name of Yahweh Shai. It's rather to be hated for the Lord's name's sake than to be loved for the world's sake. Because the world's love is transitory. It's able, man. All right? The love of the world is able. It's gone. It's here today and gone tomorrow, man. So why would you attain unto the so-called love of the world? Because the love of the world, it's not gonna last, man. The love of the world is not gonna last. It's gonna come and then it's gonna go. But Yahweh Shem Yahshua is putting the spirit out here that what? We're getting ready to taste salvation, and we're getting ready to be at peace. But we have to be hated first, okay? Because Esau has to come in and tries to attack us, do something to us, and force the Lord's hand to say, look, he gonna raise up that enzyme, that standard, which is that spiritual power, man, which we're hoping that we can receive to combat this devil, man. All right? Because he wants to kill us, and they can't be mad at us for saying that. And if somebody wants to attack you and kill you, and has a track record of killing you, has a track record of treating you bad, you have to go with the fruit of that tree. You can't say, man, I don't know what kind of tree this is, and then it bring forth apples. You eat the apple, tastes like an apple, looks like an apple, then you're like, you know what? I really don't know what kind of tree this is. You know, I think it's an apple tree, but I don't know. It could be something else. No, it's a damn apple tree. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So Esau showed that he doesn't like us. He doesn't want nothing to do with us. We've ever been in his possession, and he has not shown any kind of ease on his hate. He's not trying to show equality. He's not with that. So now why should we, in our mindset, accept him for everything that he wants us to accept him for? Oh, it's all love. We should all come together. You know, you guys are so violent. Why can't we all taste of the covenant? You didn't let us taste of the covenant. You gave us plantation Christianity. You gave us you gave us something that we could be pacified with. You didn't give us an actual job, actual salvation and truth. You gave us something to pacify us and keep us docile. So you didn't really let us taste of your salvation. You let us eat the crumbs, man. You didn't let us sit at the table with you and eat like you want us to accommodate you. You want us to bring you into the fold and accept you as can taste salvation and be in the kingdom of heaven, and the Lord died for you. But turn around and look what you've done to us, man. Show us that same love. Show us that so-called that all for one type of feeling, man. Because we're not receiving that from you. There's somebody being called a nigga right now, man. In 2019, the date, the 27th, somebody being called a nigga right now, man. Somebody's being oppressed. Somebody's being gunned down in the streets of Babylon. So that whole love and everybody come together, that's BS, man. We can't ride with that, man. You're not showing us that you're letting us ride with you with ease. Because it's not supposed to be like that, okay? So, you know, this is just the point of just going in and just talking, man. You know, just the open forum on the move, man, and just bringing things out here and there. But that's how we're at the point. It's an honor to be hated for the Lord's name's sake. It's about time Esau has an emotional reaction to us in a negative way. Because the many years he's been sitting here and he's been flourishing off of our works and us being docile and us not waking up. But now with us waking up to the truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, he has to try different methods, man. All right, his old plans are broken. They don't have that subtlety no more, man. Okay, which is a beautiful thing. So with that, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Kwadash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahshai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahshai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahshai, Bashem, Barak Kwadash. And I will give double honors to our apostle elders and to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the earth that's fighting and pushing, keep moving towards that goal. Our Barat is how the Lord comes and takes us quickly, and we taste the salvation, man. You know, this earth is passing away, man. All right. So the water for you, Akim, that came by. Lord willing, it was edifying, and keep faith. Shalom.